Welcome to this morning's edition of Breakfast with Brenda. Joining me today is Salma Dritz, all the way from San Francisco. She's here today to discuss an important public health and social issue that is yet to be draped across the front pages of the mainstream media. But first, let me introduce our guest. Dr. Salma Dritz holds a medical degree from the University of Illinois and a master's in public health from the University of California, Berkeley. The topic of conversation this morning is the rise of the AIDS epidemic. This has been a very taboo topic of discussion over the past 2 years, but after conversing back and forth with Dr. Dritz, I knew that she had to come onto my show and share with us all of the information that has been lacking in our mainstream media. Our own president has still yet to be on record as using the term AIDS, but I digress and will turn the floor over to Dr. Dritz herself to provide us with a far too brief and long overdue lesson of what exactly is going on with this disease. Salma? Thank you, Brenda. I'm grateful to be here despite the somber circumstances surrounding public health. Let me begin with a few shocking statistics. As of November of this year, 1982, 2 additional states have been added to the roster of now 33 total states where AIDS cases have been reported. 788 individual cases have been documented with a death toll of now 300. It is urgent that we as a national community become aware, involved, and proactive about preventative measures. Allow me to provide a much needed perspective. The number of reports, and let's be honest, reports are never truly an accurate representation of all the victims afflicted in an illness. The AIDS cases reported have been quadrupled in the past 11 months. The CDC has established that AIDS is transmitted through blood and bodily fluids. This brings me to an important topic of bathhouses. These establishments are commonly frequented by the members of the gay community. Unfortunately, these bathhouses are a breeding ground for infection and a new virus to spread from person to person. Now, Bobby Campbell, actually, if we rewind 1 year ago, back in December of 1981, he was the first registered nurse to come out as saying that he in fact does have Kaposi sarcoma. Unfortunately, at the time, that became known as the gay cancer, and it really was just a symptom of an opportunistic pathogen attacking those with AIDS that had been contracted most likely through interactions and frequenting establishments such as these bathhouses. I have had the opportunity to speak with the patient we believe is patient 0. He decides that, or has decided that, it is within his right to frequent these bathhouses and unfortunately continue to spread this disease from person to person. As we in my community know, that my scientific community, we know that these bathhouses increase sexual contact numbers drastically, and I am just appalled that these are still able to function as normal, as business as usual, when I've just been so upset about this. I'm sorry. I've been working closely with state attorneys, legislatures, and officials to see if there are any existing laws that may be implemented in order to prevent the further spread of this disease, perhaps even shutting down permanently or temporarily the bathhouses where we believe spread of this disease has run rampant. But I did want to take the time, Brenda, to say thank you for having me on your show in order to raise awareness about the disease and what is going on in America at this time. Thank you, Salma, for coming on the show this morning and sharing with us that vital news. In other news, how to avoid a dry turkey this Thanksgiving. Use this for pickle juice. You and I never knew.